Hello everyone, welcome to the Study Hacks Institute of GIS and Remote Sensing. Today I will try to discuss a very important topic, mainly how we can easily work with the pandas. So mainly pandas is a Python library. Using the pandas, we can easily do that a lot of analysis, mainly data frame, as well as we can also do for the creating the data, dealing with row and columns. We can do for the different types of operation. So all of those things I will try to explain from beginners to advanced level. If you have no knowledge about the pandas and if you don't know how to work with the pandas, don't worry about that. I will show you all of things from beginners to advanced level. So I hope you can easily work with the pandas. So basically today I will talk about the data frame, how we can easily handling the data frame using pandas from beginners to advanced level. So first of all, you have to know how we can easily install the pandas in our system. So let's go. I will try to show you this part, then back to our class again. So first of all, you have to install these things, Anaconda distribution. So basically, Anaconda distribution is very powerful resources which provide you the different types of IDE. We can easily work with the spider, we can easily work with the Jupyter notebook. There's a lot of resources for doing the different types of code writing. So in this time you can simply download, you can see the free download, you can easily work with for the Windows, Mac or Linux. This time you can easily install these things. After downloading this Anaconda distribution, you can simply go to your start button. So or simply search here. Here you can see about that, you can see Anaconda prompt, Anaconda 3. So simply click on here and then go to the simply click on here, then it will be open this type of things. Here you can see. So now if you don't install the pandas library, first of all you have to install the pandas library. Simply search right here pip install pandas, click run. So now it will be install all of library for the pandas. Here you can see I already install it, so that's why it show about that requirement already satisfied. So now you have to just open the Jupyter notebook for working with the pandas. So for that, you can simply write here Jupyter notebook, or if you want, you want open to the Jupyter notebook in a specific folder. You can also do it. Suppose you can simply put it at the CD, mainly change directory. I want to go to my desktop folder. So desktop. So now from the desktop, I want to open the new folder. Suppose here you can see I already create the folder. I just simply open my desktop. I want to work for this pandas, this folder. I have to work for that. So for that, I just simply write here change directory of pandas, and then you can see now it take that. So now this folder pandas, this folder, I want to open the Jupyter notebook. So just simply write here Jupyter notebook. So now you press on the enter. So now it will be open the Jupyter IDE, and it we can easily work with that. And it also open in my specific folder which I selected. My folder name is the pandas. So here you can see it will be open. Okay. So here you can see it's open my folder. So in this folder I can get the two file, mainly one for that Excel file, another file for that we can get it for that CSV file. Okay. So now here I just try to open the new and click the Python 3. Just click on here. So now it open this IDE, mainly Jupyter Notebook IDE, and further I can easily write my code. So here you can see we can get this type of Jupyter IDE, and we can easily work with that. Okay. So this is the installing process, how we can easily install the pandas and work with that. So now back to our class. So just I simply open my slide again. So now today's session, I will try to discuss about that data frame, how we can work with that. So first of all, what is the data frame? So basically data frame is the main object in pandas. It represents data with row and column. So here you can see it show about the this type of things. Here we can find out the row. We can get the row, you can see, and we can also get about the column, name, team, number, position, is. So this is the column and this is the row. So mainly data frame is the represent data with row and columns. Thus, like as a CSV file or Excel file, which that we want to show row and column, it like the same. And today's session I try to discuss about the how we can easily creating the data frame, dealing with rows and column. We can see the different types of operation, mainly mean, max, standard deviation. We also talk about the describe. We also talk about the conditional selection and set index. So let's go our class. So just I simply open my IDE. Okay, after opening this IDE, you can get this type of interface. So here, if you want, you can simply put that your title. Suppose I put this title name is that uh, data frame. You can put any name. I just rename it as a data frame, my file name. And further, you have to import the pandas library. So for that, you can simply use here the import, then put here that pandas. I import the pandas library and I will give a short name. So for that, I simply put here the as PD. So further, when I need the pandas library, I simply call the PD because I import the pandas and keep the name as a PD. So further, when I need the pandas library, I just simply put here the PD. So now you can see, you can simply write here run button, then it will be execute. So click to the run. So you can see it will be working. Okay, done. So you can see there is the no error. It means that this pandas library is successfully installed in your system. So now I can easily work with this pandas library. So for that, you can see in this time I want to read this file. So here you can say I already have the two file. One is file for we can get the file in Excel file. We can get the CSV file. CSV mainly comma separated values CSV, and we can easily import the CSV file in our Jupyter notebook using pandas. And we also get about that data weather. It's the Excel file. So here you can see this is my file, CSV file. This CSV file I want to import in my Jupyter notebook. So for that, what can I do? I just simply use the same folder. Here you can see. So just I use the same folder for opening the Jupyter notebook file, and also I stored the data in my here. So that's why I can easily open it. So for that, I simply open my Jupyter notebook code editor, and I put a variable name, suppose df. I call the pandas library. So for that, in this time I put here the pd dot read csv. I put this file name. So here you can see my file name is that I can say weather.csv. So just I put here that this file name and run it. Okay, it's also done, no problem. So further, I take the new cell and I put here the df. Just I simply put here the df and then run it. So now you can see here it show my data. Okay, I can get the row as well as I also get the column. Okay, so this is the data frame. In this data frame, we can easily do that a lot of analysis using the pandas. Further, I also discuss about that. So in this time here, you can see I just simply imported the my CSV file. Okay, and this CSV file I already keep in my same folder of my Jupyter notebook file. Okay, and then I simply call this name, then it will be work. Suppose this file is not as the same location with your Jupyter notebook file. So for that, what you can do, you can simply copy this directory link and then paste and then work with that. Then it also work. But it also beneficial for you when you want to use the same folder. We can easily access this file. So here you can see we can easily access this file. So this is our tabular data. Mainly this is our data frame. If you want, you can also write the Python function and you can easily convert it to data frame. Suppose I also show you the example. Suppose I just take a new cell. I just take a new cell and I want to create the Python dictionary. Suppose I just take a put a variable name data, and I create the Python. Mainly, I want to create the Python dictionary. Okay. So for the dictionary, what we can do, I simply put here the curly bracket, and then put here that about our keyword and key value. Suppose I just put here the keyword is the name, and I want to put the list. Suppose I put here this name like that. Suppose I just make a list all of name. Okay. Suppose I can make the keyword and key value. I just make a list about this name. Okay. And I'll put the another column name. Suppose I put the column name is that, and make the another list about that. Suppose I put here that this is the number. Suppose I put the another column name and put the list about that. Okay. So here you can see this is our data. In this time I create the Python dictionary. So here I put the keyword and key value as a list. Keyword and key value I put in here. Keyword mainly this my name, and put all of name in here. And this is the key value, and put the keyword, and also put at the key value. So now this is my Python dictionary. So this dictionary I want to convert into data frame. So what can I do? So for that, first of all, I just run the code and take the new cell, and I put here this variable name, suppose pf, and then I just simply call the pd dot data frame. I use the data frame function, data frame, and simply call this variable name data. So now this Python dictionary data convert into data frame. So just I run it the code, and further I just simply print the df. So now here you can see we can get this type of result. Okay, we can find out that row and column. Okay, so it's just a tabular format. So this is the power of Pandas library. If you have any Python dictionary, you can easily convert into data frame and work with that. So now if you want, you can just check it. Suppose I just simply check what the shape about this data set. So for doing these things, I just take a new cell. If you want, you can also click on the plus sign. Then it also insert the new cell, or also press the Control B. Then it also provide the new cell. Okay, just press the B. It will be provide the new cell. So now I call the df and use here the shape. Okay, and click the run. So now it provide you what is the shape about this data set. Okay, so you can see here we can get the this data set dimension. We can find out the 5 rows and 3 columns. Okay, suppose you want to check what the shape about that on your data set, how much column, how much row you want to calculate these things. So for that, simply call this variable name df, because this df is stored this data, and further you are just put here that shape function. Then it will be show you that how much rows and how much column have in your data frame. So this is the process about that. Check about the dimension of your data. So now if you want, you can also put here that another, I want to put the new cell, and I want to call the df and use at the head. This is the another function. This function provide you only for the few rows on your data set. Okay, suppose you want to work for the very big data set, but you want to show only for the some rows, then you can put here the head. If you want, you can also put the how much row you want to display. Suppose I want to row only for the 2 row. Okay, then I mention the 2 and then click to the run. So now it show about the only for the 2 row. Here you can see we can get that first and second row. Suppose I want to display only for the 3 row, just put here the 3 and click to the run. So now it show about the only for the 3 row. Okay, so this is the head function. Head function mainly when you want to show only for the few rows, then just put here the row number. Suppose I want to show only for the first 3 rows or first 2 rows, then just put here that number. After that the head function, that it will work. As well as if you want, suppose I just take the new cell and I want to show the last row, then what can I do? For the last row, you can simply call the df dot use here the tail function and then put here that 1. So now it show you the last row. So now click to the run. In this time here, can so we can get that last row. Okay, so it show the last row. Suppose I want to show the last 2 row, just put here the 2. So now it show about the last 2 row, mainly 3 and 4. This is our last 2 row we can get from here. So this is the process for the tail function and head function. Head function mainly show you the result. When you want to show the first 2 row, first 3 row, first 4 row, then you can just put here the head function. And further, suppose I want to show the last 2 row or last 1 row, then put here the tail function. Then it will be show the result. Okay, so I hope you can understand about the head and tail. Further, I'll put the another cell. And now I want to show the, suppose some specific rows. Suppose from my data frame, I want to show only for the from 2 and show for that 2 to 4. Okay, so I want to show only for this row. Suppose it will be start from that make and from it show about the in here rupa. So now what can I do for that? So when you want to select show only for the specific rows, for that you have to mention about the rows number. Suppose I call the df and mention about the rows number. So here you can see this rows, it will be start from the 2. So I put here the 2 and then 4. So just I put here the 2, then this sign and put here the 4. But in this time, when I put the 4, it not sure about that. I have to put here the 5 because it start counting from the 0. So now you can see what happened. So now we can get this type of result. I can see it will be start from the make and first let's show about the rupa and name column row. So this is the process. Suppose you want to display this from this column. Suppose you want to show about that margia to in Hutch, so that what you can do, suppose you have to put the 1 and you can see the 3. So this 3 will be 4. Then we can get this row. Suppose I just put here the 1. I put here the 1. So it may starting and put here the 4. Then this time we can get that it will be start from the margin and then finish with the mean Hutch. Then we can get this result look like that. So this is the process for selecting for individual rows and rows. Suppose which rows you want to, you can simply put these things and you can easily get this ID print your specific rows. Okay, so now I want to discuss about that how we can easily print for specific columns. Suppose here you can see I want to just print the column number and address. So what can I do? I want to just column number and address. So for that, what can I do? Just for that, you can simply take the new cell and now call the df and then just put here the suppose your column name, suppose number. In this time, if I just run the code, it show only me the number column. So here you can say I can get only for the number column. Okay, I got the only for the number column. Suppose I want to also put here the address. So for that, what can I do? Just put the comma sign and then put here the another column name, address. Click the run. So now at the same time, we find out that two things. One is that number, another is the address. So further we have to use the double quotation in this time. Okay, after that we have to use the another quotation bracket, and also put here the another bracket. So now click to run. Okay, so now here you can see it show about that number column and number rows. Suppose you want to, when you choose for a specific row, specific columns you want to print it. So for that, just call your dataset and you have to use the double square bracket and mention the column name. Suppose I want to show only for the name and address. So for that, I just simply put here the name, column name, and put here the address. In this time, what happened? In this time, it show only for the name and address column. So you can see it show about the name and column address. We can easily get it from here. So basically, this is the process. We can easily visualize for specific rows, specific columns. We can easily do this type of things. Okay. So now in this time, we talk about the sum operation. Suppose from this tabular data set, I want to find out that maximum number. What's the maximum number I want to get? I want to check it. So for that, what can I do? I just simply take the new cell, and further I call my dataset. Suppose this is my dataset df. Df is stored my dataset. From here, I just choose only the column of number, and from this number I want to find out what is the maximum number. So for that, use add the max function and click to the run. We have to put here the quotation in here. Okay, so just put here the quotation because it is string, and put here that number and click run. So now we can get that 80. Okay, suppose you want to check about that what the minimum number, so put here the min. Then we can get the minimum is the 40. Suppose I want to check about the what is the standard deviation of this number, so just we put here that standard deviation is that, put here we can get the standard deviation number in here. As well as if you want, you can also calculate. Suppose I just take the new cell df dot, I just use a function try, and then just click to the run. So now it show me the full statistics about the my data frame. So it's very useful for checking all of those data set. At is very quickly you can get the statistical approach, the full approach of your data set. So here you can see you can get the count, mainly how much data, how much rows. We can get the 5. We can calculate it, the mean about our data set. We can calculate the standard deviation of our data set. We can get the minimum value. We can get the 25 percentile, 50 percentile, 75 percentile, as well as we also get the maximum number. So describe this function, provide you the overall statistical scenario of your tabular data frame. We can easily get it from here. Further, if you want, you can also do, suppose you want to check some conditional data set. Suppose I want to check the how much people get the number greater than equal 50. I want to check it. So further we have to use the sum condition. I just take a new cell, and then I call the df. So this is my data frame, it's stored at df, and further I just put here that quotation and then call the df. From the df I want to choose the column of number, to put here this number. I need to choose the number greater than equal, suppose 50. Okay, greater than equal 50. I want to check it how much people get this number. So now click the run. So in this time here you can say I can get all of number which is greater than 50. Suppose I want to put the number, I want to check how greater than 60. Okay, just put here the df dot number greater than equal 60. So now click the run. So now it provides this all of number which is greater than equal 60. We can get it from here. Okay, so this is the process. If you can easily add the some condition, and you can easily choose some specific things about that. Further, if you want, you can also put here the other condition. Suppose you want to check a condition, how much number you equal. It's just simply put here. Suppose I take the new cell and I call the df, and df dot number equal df dot number dot max, and further click run. In this time we can get that, here you can see we can get that which person is get that maximum number. We can get the information. So for that, what you can do is just simply put out the df number equal to df number dot max. Then we can get that. Then if you want to check about the which people get the minimum number, to put here the mean and click to run. So now we can get that minimum number about that. So this is the process for checking the condition. You can easily put here the greater than equal, how much people get the 60 number, can get that, which people get the minimum number. So just we are using here this type of equation and then check our condition. Further, if you want, you can also check about the index. Suppose you want to check the index, for that what we can do. So in this time we talk about the indexing or in set index function. So for doing these things, I just take the new cell, and further I simply call my data set df dot set index. I want to set the index. If you want to simply click to run, in this time it not work. I want to set the indexing. Suppose using the name. Okay, using the name, I want to set the index. So just put here the column name, and then just put here that in place equal true. So here you can see now this set it will be work, and now I take the new cell and put in the df. So here you can see now we can get this it will be indexing using this number. Okay, so in this time, first of all it show the result. You can see you can get the indexing, it will be automatic show the 0 1 2 3. But when I indexing with my number, so then we can get that it will be indexing this the name column according the name column. Okay, so basically this is the process we can easily do using the data frame. Okay, further we also discuss the more tutorial about the pandas. So today is no more, you can easily practice all of those things. And further, if you want to get the different types of tutorial about the pandas, you can simply keep in touch with this YouTube channel. You can easily get it. Okay, so today is no more. Thank you for watching that. Stay happy, stay safe.